So yesterday we heard from the FOMC regarding interest rates, and we came to the verdict that they were going to be doing a 0.75 or 0.75% rate hike. And this brings about the question in the word that's been all over the street: recession, recession, recession. Are we going into a recession? Are we already in a recession? So in my humble opinion, I believe that the simple answer to this question is yes, it's inevitable at this point. We're going into a recession, and unfortunately, the Fed allowed this to happen. So let's talk about what a recession is. A recession is a time where we see high unemployment, we see negative GDP growth, and we also see a slowing in consumer spending. Now, when you get a slowing in consumer spending, you bring prices down because there's not as much demand. But how do you do this? By raising interest rates. When you raise interest rates, you make it more expensive to borrow money. So the Fed want for us to stop spending all of this money because they want demand to slow down. That's the only way they're going to be able to control inflation. If there's a lot of demand, inflation is going to continue soaring because people are still spending money, and they're doing so on credit. They're buying cars, they're buying houses. You guys want that S-Class, you want that AMG. So you're doing all this purchasing and you're doing it on credit. So therefore, this is adding more to the inflation. However, when you bring interest rates up, it also impacts companies. And when companies aren't able to grow their workforce and continue holding on to existing employees, what happens is they start laying people off, which is one of the three topics of a recession. So when people are getting laid off, they're no longer able to afford to spend. And when there's not a lot of spending power, demand goes down. And therefore, the recession that's caused by the higher interest rates is the only way that we're going to be able to restore our currency and control inflation.